Welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Great League. Today we're going to be featuring a team surrounded the Defense Deoxys Umbreon Core and the Gligar in the back. Here, a little bit unfortunate. We don't want to see this Frostlass against our Deoxys, but we also don't want to see it against our Gligar. So we're just going to sacrifice this Deoxys because our only true counter to this is the Umbreon. So we're going to let it go. We do some chip damage, but now we have our own Umbreon to potentially farm this down. Let's see what our opponent ends up doing. Do they stay in? Do they switch out? They go for the Avalanche. Okay, makes sense. And then at this point, they are definitely showing us that they want to just stay in. And so we're going to go for the full farm down. Getting greedy, get the full farm down. So 100 energy on Umbreon. We decide to switch out into the Gligar. It is met with their own Umbreon eventually. So this is going to be kind of difficult because they have a pretty tanky Pokemon. This Umbreon is going to be throwing the first foul play. We go for the dig initially, and then we're going to go for these Aerial Aces. This Umbreon is going to keep on throwing these foul plays. Makes sense. And then we're just going to be playing this. Oh, okay. So we try to switch right there, and we try to throw a last resort on that Umbreon, but it ends up being a last resort. So here we're going to be letting this go because they're going to be able to get to the Mud Bomb pretty easily. We're going to throw this Aerial Ace here. This Aerial Ace, does it take out this Wish Catch? No, it doesn't. So here we got to decide if we're going to shield this or not. Huge shield. We do get the Blizzard shield, which is great. Now we're met with this Umbreon. Do we have enough health to take out this Umbreon? We do survive that first foul play. We got to try to get to 2 moves. Unfortunately, we are not able to. That is GG's right there. Well played by my opponent right there. Unfortunately, they had Umbreon and Frostlass, so that's kind of a double whammy for our team. Those are 2 Pokemon that we don't want to see, especially on this team. So here the Galvantula is going to be having a great matchup against this Deoxys. We let the first move go, and then we switch out into a Gligar. They come in with their Quagsire, though. Very interesting. The Quagsire, I would not expect it to be the counter to the Gligar. So here, we're just going to make sure we win this switch because I believe they don't want to see this Gligar in the back. So our opponent initially went for the Stone Edge, and then they went for the bait right there. So that was a key moment right there. That could have been a wasted shield if we had unnecessarily shielded that. Here we're gonna shield this one because we anticipate that to be the Stone Edge. And then here, they throw on CMP, so we're going to think that it's only the Mud Bomb. In fact, it is only the Mud Bomb, so nice call by us right there. We are able to win this switch, so we're going to eventually switch out, and we are met with the Galvantula again. This Galvantula is already at the lunge, so it does get us debuffed once. Here, we're going to be throwing this foul play. It does a good chunk considering I just got debuffed. And then we are able to get to another foul play here to take out this Galvantula. The Galvantula was probably the hardest thing to take out remaining on their team, so we wanted to make sure we got rid of it. And here, our opponent ends up throwing the Thunderbolt, so we know that they're relatively energy dry. We have a shield advantage, and we have our own Deoxys, so we should be looking good here. We're just going to be going for Thunderbolts. We decided to shield here. They go for the Thunderbolt, which means that they're energy dry here, and we are able to get this Thunderbolt chip damage. And now we just want to go for this Psycho Boost. They had a chance to throw their own Psycho Boost, but then they would have energy to throw at our Gligar. So nice plays by both trainers, honestly, and GG's. On to the next game here. Will we be able to get the next game? Here we have the Lantern matchup. This Lantern matchup is kind of neutral. right there. They were trying to CMP tie us, so we didn't want that to happen. We actually wait for them to throw the move. They throw their Thunderbolt. We throw our own Thunderbolt. Okay, so here we decided to shield this Surf because we are not going to be able to survive that Surf probably. We go for the Psycho Boost right there. We do get a shield, but then we are able to get to another Psycho Boost to do some chip damage. They are able to farm us down, which is a little bit unfortunate, but now we're looking to farm this down with Umbreon. So we're hoping Umbreon with energy is going to be able to help us. Lantern in the front could be literally anything in the back, so we're just going to play it a little safe. And it ends up being the Medicham Pelipper in the back, so it's going to be a tough situation here. The lead would have been very, very helpful because obviously we probably would have wanted Umbreon lined up with this Pelipper, but it is what it is. We are going to be having to shield this Weather Ball here just to get this Aerial Ace off. This Aerial Ace does not KO the Pelipper, which allows us to get an extra wing attack. Here, oh, we get CMP tied. Ends up being the Power Up Punch. Okay, the Power Up Punch is a very smart move on their part because even though it's a resisted, they could have potentially farmed us down, and now they're already ramped up. So Medicham with Power Up Punch against our Umbreon is a total bad situation. Without a huge energy advantage, I don't see this as a win here. This is going to be not enough to take that out, and they're just able to farm us down, and now they're just going to be able to throw another charge move. So GG's to our opponent right there. Well played by them. Honestly, that Lantern, I guess we should have won the lead, but hindsight is 20/20. All right, next we are going to be running against the Dunsparce. This Dunsparce is going to have to switch out. They switch on to their Deoxys, so you can kind of understand their core right now, the normal with the Psychic core right here. So we have to come in with our Umbreon. This Umbreon has a better matchup. There's a better matchup against this Deoxys, mainly because it's being able to throw super effective fast moves and charge moves. So our opponent here has to be throwing Thunderbolts. It ends up being the Thunderbolt, but it's not quite enough. We go for this Foul Play here. This potentially could KO. Our opponent ends up shielding, so they end up using 2 shields. You know, that's what they got to do. Makes sense. We immediately switch into our Deoxys because we don't want them to farm us down, and plus that Umbreon can be a potential third sack or third shield later on. It looks like they decided to come in with their Medicham against our Deoxys, so this is generally a good situation. We expend the first shield there just to get this Thunderbolt off. Is the Thunderbolt enough? Not quite enough to take it out. So this Medicham quite tanky. We're going to shield because we do have some valuable energy that Deoxys can throw at their backline. We throw the Psycho and then we dip out. We have a little bit of energy on the Deoxys to throw back at this Dunsparce later on, but we do have a Gligar to deal with this Dunsparce. This Dunsparce is going to have to get to several Rock Slides. They are going to be probably throwing they need at least one more Rock Slide, and let's see if we can get to 2 Aerial Aces here. Okay, looks like we get to the Aerial Ace, and is this enough to take it out? It is. So GG's to our opponent right there. Not bad. We had several options still at the end. We still had the Deoxys with some energy. Still, we still have the Umbreon for a potential sack. So we were looking very good in that situation. Here we have the Medicham lead. This Medicham lead is good for us. We are expecting them to switch out. They do switch out into the Lantern. So we throw the Thunderbolt to chip it away. This basically guarantees that we are able to keep alignment. We are going to be throwing this Foul Play. Let's see how much damage this Foul Play does. just about 20%. So next foul play, we'll be able to KO this Lantern. So we're basically forcing our opponent to make a decision. Are they going to expend a shield or will they let it go? Let's find out. They decided to let it go. Makes sense. And now they're going to come back in with their Medicham. Luckily, this Umbreon already had quite a bit of energy, so we can throw one foul play. Then we switch out into the Gligar because we have technically 2 counters to this Medicham. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We do draw out the Bastiodon. This Bastiodon is going to have a hard time against this Gligar. It's doing only neutral fast moves, but it's kind of slow to get to these charge moves. So we're just going to go for these digs because we know that we're trying to get shields and eventually we'll want the Deoxys to run with a lot of energy. I guess our opponent ends up deciding their fate. They know that it's going to be a tough game to win back, and I guess they leave. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already. It's not bad. And I hope you enjoyed the video.